You think you know me?
What is going on, wrestling maniacs? Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. 2020 is officially done, guys, and we are looking forward to 2021. I mean, 2020 was probably a rough year, but nonetheless, we look forward to 2021 because we are going to be doing great things, big things. We're going to go all out. We're going to go big or go home. And what better way to start the year off than making Alexa Bliss's Moment of Bliss Playground? So by popular demand, guys, I got a lot of comments and a lot of DMs asking me how I made the playset based on the review that I did for the Ultimate Edition Fiend. If you guys missed that, I will link up the description up right here so you guys don't miss it. But nonetheless, today we are going to be building the Moment of Bliss Playground. And honestly, I'm excited. I'm going to go over all the details that you guys need, all the supplies, all the stuff, where I got it, how much I got it for, and essentially the building process. So let's get started. But before we do, if you are stopping to the channel for the very first time, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn those post notifications on because you're not going to want to miss a Moment of Bliss or any other moment that we have here on WML, guys. It's going to be epic, and let's get started. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or you guys haven't seen the latest Raw episode, I'm going to insert a picture right here so you guys can kind of get a little reference of what we're going to try to go for. But starting with the supplies, we get the sample from Lowe's right here, guys. Very convenient. If you guys are gonna paint and you guys know you guys need more of these little bottles, yes, don't get me wrong, these bottles are a little cheap, but if you guys just go to Lowe's and get a sample color, these things run about for like $5, and you guys almost get a whole 7.7 fluid ounce compared to a 2 fluid ounce. So if you guys know you guys are gonna want to paint a bunch of things, just go with this. This we kind of still have left over from building the Firefly Funhouse. If you guys want to know how I built the Firefly Funhouse, comment down below and I will for sure make a video on how we made it. I mean, we still got paint left over, so we could definitely build another one. But the next color you guys are going to need is going to be white, yellow, blue, red, and purple. That's all you're going to need for the swing set, and as far as like the leg stands and everything. But these are the paints you guys are going to need in order to build Alexa Bliss's Playground. Moving on from the paint, let's go to the actual materials themselves. I just stopped at my local arts and crafts store, picked up this 10-piece dowel. I mean, $2.99, you can't beat the price. Hobby Lobby, anywhere else, I mean, probably a little bit more expensive, but if you guys want to know exactly where to purchase these, I'll link it down in the description down below. We also got a 50-foot natural sizzle. I mean, you guys probably don't need that much string. This is the only size they actually had. Still, $4.99, you can't beat the price. You're also going to need a couple of, well, not a couple, just 2 of these. Rectangle wood. I mean, they're 5 pieces. If you guys want to look at the exact dimensions here, you guys can pause the video if you guys really want to get the exact size. I mean, overall, I think these sticks are a little bit too long, dude. We might have to cut them. If you guys don't mind the height, you guys could honestly keep the same height, but I think we were gonna have to cut them at least 1/3 just for Alexa Bliss's height, just so it looks more to scale. The last piece you guys need is just gonna be a long piece of just thin plywood. I mean, this is just going to be for the top of the swing set to connect the 2 stands together. But let's get started and see how it turns out. Are you ready, Alexa Bliss? So since they're too long, I'm actually going to measure them, and since we don't use a ruler here on the channel, because everything here on the channel is huge, and the ruler is only 12 inches long, that we need longer measurements, so we use a tape measure. Oh, there it is. Since these things seem to be about 12 inches long, and Alexa Bliss, I believe, stands at 6 inches tall, should cut them about, I would say, let's say 10. Let's do 10 inches. Finally. Did somebody say finally? Finally. The rocket. Not right now. I mean, we did trim it down just a little bit, just to get a little bit more of a scale kind of view or type feel for Alexa Bliss. Thanks for holding that stick up, Alexa. So let's start gluing these things up and start, honestly, putting it together. All right, guys, so while we have the hot glue gun heating up, we almost forgot we gotta cut the top portion of the swing set where the actual rope is actually gonna hang from. So let's do that first while the gun heats up. So right there, I marked it. I marked it just a little bit bigger than sorry, not a little bigger, actually a little smaller than the actual foot of the swing set. I actually made it a little smaller just because I don't want it too wide, because it's not going to fit in the ring overall. Well, actually it will, but it'll just take majority of the space of the ring, and I don't really want that. So I made it a little shorter right here, as you guys can see. I'll give you guys the exact measurements. All right, so I had to set you guys down just to get the tape measure, but the top of the swing set is actually just exactly, almost plus or minus 9 inches, but nonetheless it is 9 inches. So now that we have this piece marked up at 9 inches, so now that we glued these swing set stands together, we're gonna let that dry up. Probably gonna clean up that little residue, but thank you to Alexa Bliss for holding up the stands. Now we gotta include the part that we just cut up, which is the top of the swing set, which is where the ropes are gonna hang up. And then after that, we're gonna add the little finishing touches, which is gonna be that little plywood that is back there. But first, let's get the swing set base built, and then we'll move on to the finishing touches with the plywood that's right there. And then finally, we'll add the paint, and then bada beam, bada boom, Alexa Bliss got a whole brand new playground. So now that we glued the last piece to the swing set, it's drying off with the hot glue. We're also gonna add the logo that says Moment of Bliss. But first we gotta measure it, and it's gotta be 9 inches exactly, just how we did the top of it. So I'm gonna set you guys down so I can measure, and then we can just saw it. I mean, this is gonna be easier considering this isn't real wood, it's plywood, so it's a little softer. And remember, since we want both sides, it's gonna be 2, so we got 2 of 9 inches. So now that we got both of these pieces at the 9-inch mark, before we actually glue them onto the swing set, and it's actually the last finishing touch, first we gotta add the rope. Friendship and friendship that'll never ever if you're feeling lonely today, here's this today. Come along and throw your cares away. Throw your cares away. Throw your
Friendship, and what I friendship that'll never ever, never ever, if you're feeling lonely today, yes, if you're lonely today, come along and throw your cares away. Throw your cares away. Throw your cares away. We're really glad that you're our friend. And this is a friendship, and what I friendship. We're really glad that you're our friend. And this is a friendship, and what I friendship that'll never ever,
And so now that we finished painting the actual playground itself, or the swing set, we actually finished. And let me tell you guys, it looks really, really good. I mean, it looks as realistic as possible. Now, all we got to do is just add the logo that we did print out. It's right here. And then we're just going to add the finishing touches, which is the white clouds and the sun that goes on top. So we just got to glue this on. So I'm going to set you guys down so we can just finish and add the finishing touches so that we can get little Miss Bliss on her swing set.
Friendship, and what I friendship that'll never ever, if you're feeling lonely today, yes, if you're today, come along and throw your cares away. Throw your cares away. Throw your cares away. We're really glad that you're our friend. And this is a friendship.
Alright guys, so there you guys have it, the final playground playset for Alexa Bliss. I mean, the paint is still drying, but what do you guys think overall? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys try it. I mean, this takes a long time, as you guys can see, but if you guys go ahead and try it, tag me in your pictures. I want to see how you guys comes out. I want to see if you guys change it a little bit, tweak it. I mean, the little rope, the only thing that I would change is actually the thickness of the ropes, but other than that, I mean, let's see if it swings. Let's check it out. Let's see. Ah, she swings. It works. It does its job. I mean, she's sliding off a little bit, but she's still holding on. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on, and we'll see you on the next video. Till next time, peace.